Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello and welcome. We have already seen public relations, how public relation is used for acquiring and retaining customers, or telling a story and then through public relations get initial subscription by a huge number of customers. We have seen how Warby Parker or Huggies particularly, and then Dubin of Dollar Shaving Club, and then Dropbox, etc. We have seen how successful they were in acquiring fresh new customers at the beginning by telling stories. So, storytelling is the backbone or bedrock of starting to build a brand and connecting with initial customers. So, we have seen branding, we have discussed about public relations, we will be discussing about advertising a little bit, and then content marketing, messaging, online presence, etc. So, the objective actually is these are the marketing tools, and eventually through marketing tools customer should reach at the point of selling and you should be able to sell. Advertising is almost like public relations. The difference is that in public relations, you are actually sending across the message through a journalist, through a journal article. So, advertising is again outbound marketing to push your message out, but you are not filtering it through a reporter, which is the case with public relation. Here you have to pay for publishing the article. So, there is an issue about trust, because in advertising you are telling your story to the public, whereas in public relations in an article that is written by a journalist or reporter, their credibility, the credibility of the journal is getting associated with the story. It is their story, it is almost like they are telling the story. So, there is a lot of trust in that, whereas in paid media trust is slightly less. So, it is costly at the same time because it reaches to a wider audience, wider than perhaps public relation. Nevertheless, the wonderful digital world offers boundless new opportunities to advertise in a very cost effective way compared with the traditional media of newspaper advertisement or billboards, TV. Google AdWords and latest other social media advertising also is cheaper. Like public relations, it is important to pick advertising destinations that engage your target market. You want to put it at some place where the customers that you are trying to target will be watching that show or whatever. So, they should means your message should be at the right place before the right people. Otherwise, if you are showing the children toys to some elder people, perhaps it will not catch the fancy. So, you can actually through digital media, you can get incredible granularity, meaning you can pick and choose the media where the right kind of people are attending. So, even if you target a very small group of audience, they will be all related to your product. So, you can laser focus your story and the right media to send across the right message to the right people. Use appropriate media depends on the type of target customer, obviously. That is all about advertisement. We are not discussing in detail. There are many books perhaps in advertisement. Content marketing strategy. Content marketing is about educating the customers, the story that you have heard about Huggies, that is precisely what is content marketing. Huggies did not tell the customers who come and buy our product, or they did not say that our product is superior compared to other people's product. They merely educated the customer that look, hug actually matters so much. All that they did is they connected hug with Huggies, and then rest of the things were taken care of by the narratives. So, people connected with Huggies through that story. So, they prepared, they made the content, and the content helped them to educate the customers about particular issues related to the product, and then customers automatically, indirectly but automatically connected with your product. Eventually, there is a sustainable long term relationship. So, through this you can build a lot of trust, because you are not directly telling that our product is superior, come and buy. You are merely telling that whenever you buy something, you will take care of this, so that they are empowered with information. They now are informed about products that is to be chosen. So, they will eventually buy your products because they are already emotionally aligned with your narratives. So, it increases the awareness and a deep sense of trust. Increase ultimately translates into increasing sales, and you save a lot of cost, because customer creation becomes automatic. You do not have to really spend on advertisement, and then that inflate your customer acquisition cost. And then these customers are mostly loyal, because this is not through really advertisement or enticement, it is really through some emotional connection. Quality content is a win-win for both, because you are empowering customers with information that they actually need. So, they are now informed customer, they are making a choice based on information that already they are privy to, whereas as long as you are not giving them the content, they did not know what to buy, they would buy something based on advertisement, where companies told them what they wanted to say. There is a lack of there may be a lack of trust, may or may not be, but now it is a win for the customer, and as the customers are already favorably disposed, it is a win for the company as well. Next is online presence. Online presence is conspicuous, is the conspicuous presence of a business that can be found via an online search. You make a Google search about a product, whatever that is, you find that some of the links come at the front, that is through search engine optimization or whatever that is. There may be many other issues involved. There may be backlinkage, and if the backlinkage actually works wonderfully well, frequently works, then Google themselves will optimize that and it will come fast. Backlinkage meaning that Google displays some of the linkages, and if those are so attractive that customers or visitors frequently click on that, so automatically artificial intelligence will show those advertisements at the beginning whenever customers make a search. So, likewise you can make your presence felt in the social media, in the online social media. Online presence management is the actions of presenting and drawing traffic to your brand online. Backlinking may be one of them, but then these are all there. So, these are all the methods that you can adopt to use online presence or increase your online presence, to create a long term positive presence for a business or product in search engine and on the web in general. The action involves web design and development, blogging, search engine optimization, pay per click marketing, meaning some kind of Google ad word. Then reputation management. Reputation management is something maybe new to all of you, some of you, that is it is very easy to tell something nasty about someone, and the entire world come to know about it in very short time, because now nasty things get viral so quickly. Now, suppose somebody tells something with or without malicious intention, it kills the reputation. So, most of the people in the world come to know that this guy is a bad guy. Now, suppose you take action and then that guy says sorry. So, that sorry will not reach to all those people. the sorry message will not go viral, but the bad message actually went viral. So, how do you manage your reputation? Not only under this adverse situation, even in normal situation you have to create a reputation. So, how you create a reputation? That is all about reputation management. Directory listing, social media, link sharing, and backlinking is missing here. Backlinking also is important. So, social media, if you know about Anand Mahindra, you can see that he keeps writing wonderful articles. He is always on the positive side of the thing, and he is so polite, so gentle. He doesn't hurt anybody, rather than he tells the right thing. So, everybody has a positive disposition about him, about his company, about the products that his company produce, manufactures and sells. So, you can take a cue from there and adopt the strategy. Social media marketing is promotion of product services through the use of social media platforms and website. As I said about Anand Mahindra, business can use online media platform to gather customer data. That is another way of managing. So, through media you can see the surfing behavior, or how the customer is link is clicking on, wherever they are clicking, why they are clicking, how frequently they are clicking on certain things, what colors they like, what color they do not like. So many information about customer you can get, and then you can prepare yourself. So, understand their behavior, track customer retention in response to actions by the business. Suppose you introduce something, you have this is called A/B test. Suppose you have two websites, you yourself make two websites, one with a red color concentration, the other is say green color concentration or dominance, green dominance. Suppose you see that the majority of the people who are visiting the dominant red color website are converting into buyer, or at least they are signing in. So, you realize that red color website is a better one. So, likewise you can do a lot of things by analyzing web behavior of visitors, analyze data using artificial intelligence, take corrective strategies, engage with customer for promotion, meaning you come up with some kind of promotional activity like giving some discount, freebies or samples, etc. Social media marketing can also be promoted through customers feedback mechanism. So, get feedback, then depending on the feedback you modify, and then you use the positive feedback for acquiring more customers. What can you do to connect more and more people using social media? Join all the big networks, not just WhatsApp, LinkedIn or something. Join as many media as possible. Write sensible comments and on the issues, display politeness, positivity and humor. So, message is very clear, should be people should view you as a gentleman, real gentleman, or a person of charisma. So, try to be as rational as possible, as sympathetic or empathetic as possible with people, and people will view that you are a real gentleman, and then they will have a positive connotation. Not only that, you can actually backlink them. Backlinking means you write an article and then give a link, people will click on that, and you can take them to your website or to a YouTube video where you have some content uploaded. So, eventually you have your way. You like, you share, you connect and spread, expand your visibility. Every time you like something that goes into Facebook or other places, people come to know about you. That is how you spread. Prepare compelling contents, target specific audiences at first and then build. Use emojis wherever possible, because that make your image personal and human. Most importantly, don't pester, don't try to force people to come to somewhere or buy something, or don't brag, don't be pompous. Then those are all negative vibes and people will not prefer. People will never come there. Market through messaging, email messaging or messenger app. Facebook IQ research has found that 56% prefer message rather than call by phone. So, message is important. 61% are favorable to personal message from businesses, personalized messages. 50% plus are more likely to shop with business that they can message with. 63% reported that percent of the companies reported that their message with businesses is increasing, meaning customers messaging are increasing, meaning messaging actually is the right method for marketing rather than email marketing. Email, only 19% are click through, means 19% will be open, 19% of the mail will be opened and 2% will be click through, meaning out of 19 opened message only 2% will be clicked on the link that you desired them to click. Whereas, in messaging marketing there are chances of 80% of the messages will be opened and there will be 30% possibility, greater than 30% possibility of click through. Focus on engaging with customers rather than just selling. Do not try to push sell, rather than doing that you just do the marketing, so that people are positively disposed and then people make selling superfluous. They already decide that they will buy that. And social media is the easiest way to engage. There are so many media to engage and so easy to engage. Just be polite. Let the customer notice you, understand your concern about their satisfaction, and eventually they will begin to trust your brand. Empower customer with information like content marketing on features that they should know about. Let them know that you have their best interest in mind. Rather than talking about your product, tell people what they should look for, and then your product should have all of them, so that they automatically choose. Create a niche and build credibility. Know and share your why you exist, what is your vision, what is your value proposition. You know, and then you share that. So, the customers also try to understand that you are kind of wonderful. You see that video by Dollar Shaving Club, forget the name. So, you will notice that he also conveys that message that we are creating jobs. So, that is kind of, maybe it is not a vision, but then that also sells. Influencer marketing, this is almost like latest form of creating awareness and creating brand loyalty. You know, nowadays there are celebrities, internet celebrities, not really the entertainment world celebrity like cinema stars and all that. There are internet celebrities who have gained huge fan follower, because either they are expert in one particular domain, or they have unique skills, maybe acting, maybe songs, maybe their photography is wonderful, or they may be just keeping on shooting photographs from here and there and uploading, whatever that is. They create a huge fan following, and then if you can catch on of them, and then if they endorse your product in the process of showing their own video, it will work as a content, and people will notice the brand presence there, and they will automatically, without their knowledge, will have a trust on that particular brand, and it is catching the fancy of every company, not just a startup. There are small children of maybe 2-3 years of age, and they are endorsing toys, and they are creating their million. Here is a story in New York Times, where a girl of or perhaps 4 years is earning in terms of thousands of dollars by endorsing product online, not in TV, not in cinemas, just on internet. So, and it matters actually, it creates a lot of value for the companies who are paying them this millions. It is a natural way of communicating your message to the audience, and there is a huge trust built into this whole system. People automatically trust your product. They do not think that you are advertising. People has a negative feeling about advertisement. If there is an advertisement, some people will never buy that, whereas influencer marketing is a wonderful positive way of marketing. Having said that, it is important to know how much of what you do, how much of your business will be further will depend on the kind of people that you are targeting. And moving forward, as you move forward in the learning curve, your experimentation will vary and the media also will vary. But then how you are going to achieve all of that? The beginning is you have to identify the market segment, then you have to target the right audience, and then you have to position your product to that audience. Only then the whole journey will be defined, whole journey will be done, will be traversed. So, let us see what is market segmentation today. This whole customer acquisition or selling or creating loyal customer, there are 3 steps, and these are segmentation, targeting and positioning. Segment, we already know what segment is. Segmentation, segment is the heterogeneous small group of people in a the homogeneous small group of people in a heterogeneous population. This homogeneous group of people have similar kind of pain, similar kind of aspiration or liking. So, if we can know that, and if we have a solution to solve their problem, we can define the problem well, we can design the product to solve their problems well, and then eventually we can come up with a superior value proposition. So, this small group of heterogeneous people is the segment. Mission and market are thus inextricably associated, because our mission is to provide superior value proposition in the market for whom we are offering this. So, that is how they are connected. Marketing management therefore begins with the idea of the startup as the startup germinates. So, and it starts from segmentation, because that is the people you are going to cater to. The most critical event, as we all know, is the time when people are paying money in exchange for product. So, we clearly define who are these people, what are means we clearly define their persona, and then we delineate their unique characteristic, tastes, choices, behavior and aspirations and pain. This helps us to identify a homogeneous group of people. They may be spread over a very vast geography, because they are not concentrated at one place, but then once we can identify them, we will find a way to reach out to them and then convey our value proposition. Once we define the persona, we can customize our product or services to best suit the target customer. We have to pay close attention to our customers to keep them happy, so that they remain loyal to our brand for a long time to come. And once we know the customer, we can define the channel or decide on the channel how to reach out to them. Market segment is a subset of the market, consisting of those people of business or business among the entire people or business in the market who have similar likes, dislikes, taste, aspirations, similar pains, and look for similar solutions. There is too much of definition. Market segment is identified for the purpose of understanding particular unmet pain, so that you can build the product, design the product accordingly. Is a process of dividing the total market into homogeneous customers, into subgroups of homogeneous customers. Now, even though I realize that all of you understand what a segment is, but how to identify the segment is a real issue. So, I am going to tell a story. Through a story, I am going to demonstrate how you can actually identify a segment and how segmentation is helping a startup. Just you think of starting a company, think of somebody who is thinking of starting a company, and then it occurred to say he is a person, male person. So, I can refer to the guy as he. So, he decided to, or he identified a pain in the population, middle class population of the country. Indians in general hanker for gold jewelry, they buy jewelry for whatever, there are reasons for that, let us not go into that, but they hanker for jewelry. If they do not have jewelry, they feel pained, they feel unfulfilled. They always aspire that they have jewelry. Now, this guy came to know, or suddenly it hit upon him, that there can be a 10 carat gold jewelry which will shine exactly as 22 carat jewelry, but it will be costing much less than half of the 22 carat jewelry. So, he thought this may be a wonderful idea to manufacture and sell this jewelry to the middle class. So, he decides that okay, let me start a company. So, he makes some inquiry, and he realizes that it will take about 1 crore rupees to set up a mechanized manufacturing facility that may cater to something like a small, means to pilot this machine will be okay, and he wants to pilot his business model in a small village with a population of 500 households. Now, before he should start manufacturing and selling in this village, he needs to do some market research, that is whether people will really buy this 10 carat gold jewelry, or is it that they will hate to buy this, because they might very well think that this is inferior quality jewelry, not the kind of 22 carat. So, they need to approach to the villagers and get to know whether they will really view this as real jewelry and they will pay money to buy this. Now, they have two choices before them. One is to go and meet all the household and then get to know how many of them are favorably okay with buying 10 carat gold jewelry, which is costing less than half of the standard jewelry. Now, what they can do? They can go to everybody. This may take a month to cover 500 families, may cost a huge sums of money to communicate and meet, because you have to talk to them, engage manpower for a long time, leading to opportunity cost. Eventually, you may find that only a few families are actual customers. So, you end up maybe 10 lakh rupees to do this. So, why to waste this money, or if there is an alternative? Luckily, there is another option, that is, you identify those who are most likely buyers of your product. Can there be a possible list of people before you whom you can contact, so that you do not have to spend a lot of resources to meet everybody? So, what you have to do is, you have to know the profile of families or demographics of the families based on income. Then once you have the demographic data, then identify the families that you define as middle class and the likely customer. You define families where there are only male and they are not your customer. You define families that are male, but widows may not be your customer. So, who are your customer? Middle class with maybe young women are the most likely customers, with older women, younger women may be customer. But if you are trying to minimize your cost and maximize the strike rate, meaning success rate, then you have to come to a small sample size, so that you can talk face to face, on and then get a realistic assessment of whether they are going to buy. So, what you do is, you approach to a panchayat office and gather this demographic data. And then you realize that out of 500 families, there are low income families, there are 300 families, that is 60%. Outright you eliminate them. Some of them may be your buyer, but remember Pareto 80-20 principle, you should be happy with 80% of the information. In fact, 20% of the families will be buying 80% of the product. So, you can safely eliminate this 300 families. Middle income families, only 80, and that is 16%. High income families, 40 families, that is 8%. Male only families 50, you do not need them. Male and widow 30 families, you do not need them either. So, 80 plus 40, only 120 families are your potential customer. So, you try to target only 120. In the process, you actually reduce lot of waste expenses, such as what you do now is you send brochure containing wonderful pictures and variety of products to these prospective families, 120 families, or maybe perhaps you can eliminate the 40 families who are high income. They may be nosy about this 10 carat jewelry, they can afford high cost actual standard jewelry. So, you can focus only on the 80 families who are your target customer. Now, you send brochure, in the process you create awareness to these 80 families that we exist, our product exists, and this glitters as much as standard gold. You announce a special discount for inaugural sale, that is the promotion, that is you are calling them into action, meaning that they are positively disposed to buy, and then you announce a discount. You complete meeting all the prospective families in a week, you are likely to close deal with majority of the families you attended. You save time, resources for achieving the same success as anything. What do you learn from this? Village contains heterogeneous families, low income, high income, middle income, male, female. You want to avoid wasting time approaching to all the families. So, you have shortlisted families you think have reasons to be your customers. These families are homogeneous from the perspective of the needs of your product. Thus, segmentation is to identify out of a heterogeneous population, homogeneous group who are your likely customer. So, from here you can redefine market segmentation, the process of creating a homogeneous subgroup of people based on criteria suitable for marketing a particular product or service out of a heterogeneous population is segmentation. Be mindful that a single segment is not sacrosanct for all the products. One particular group of people may be representing one segment for a particular product. Some of them may be part of another segment. Suppose you are trying to market say detergent for maybe for say poor people. Some of the middle class people will be interested. Some of the people who are whose family has male only will be interested. So, the whole segmentation for different product are absolutely different. So, by segmenting the market, you have reduced the cost, you have reduced the cost of communication, cost of reaching to the customer. It has now become easier to manage them. You can get feedback from them easily, because now you can maintain a communication through them. So, why segmentation is obviously discussed already, you can read them here. Continuation of the same. Now, this is market segment and market segmentation, TAM, SAM, SOM. We will discuss this in the next session. So, we will end here. Thank you very much.